This is the Conversation Podcast by the Immigrant Storyteller. I'm your host, Cyrus Sepher. Today I want to talk about flying, specifically private aviation. What I'm interested in is how aviation is being redesigned around human limits, and how technology absorbs risk, and how engineering decisions quietly change who feels permitted to participate in something that used to feel exclusive or intimidating. This isn't about airplanes or status symbols. It's about systems, automations, certifications, and trust. And one aircraft in particular has become a really clean case study for how those forces are converging. When people talk about innovation in aviation, the conversation usually jumps to extremes. Military aircraft, supersonic concepts, commercial jets with billion-dollar development cycles. But some of the most meaningful engineering shifts don't happen at the edges. They happen quietly inside categories that most people aren't paying attention to. General aviation is one of those categories. And inside it, one aircraft keeps coming up for me. Not because it's the fastest, or the most luxurious, or the most expensive, but because it represents a fundamental rethinking of how flying is engineered around human limits. I'm talking about the Cirrus Vision Jet. What makes it interesting isn't what it promises, it's what it assumes. For decades, aviation design assumed a certain kind of pilot, highly trained, always alert, capable of managing cascading failures under stress. The machine was optimized for performance. The human was expected to adapt. Cirrus flipped that relationship. They designed an aircraft around the idea that a human attention is fragile and confidence degrades under pressure, and that safety isn't just mechanical, it's psychological. That single insight changes everything downstream. Aviation has never been limited by engineering capabilities. We've been able to build fast, strong, reliable aircraft for a long time. The real constraint has always been who feels comfortable flying them, and under what conditions. Small aircraft in particular carry a perception problem. Even when statistically safe, they feel risky. That perception shapes ownership, insurance, training pipelines, and ultimate market size. Cirrus didn't try to fight that perception with bravado or performance metrics. They addressed it directly. Their early SR series aircraft didn't succeed because of speed or range. Those were already available elsewhere. What changed adoption was the decision to integrate a whole airframe parachute system as standard equipment. That parachute wasn't just a safety feature, it was a psychological release valve. It gave pilots, passengers, families, and insurers a different answer to the same question aviation always asks. What happens when things stop going according to plan? Instead of requiring heroic decision-making, the system offered an exit. That choice established a philosophy that carries all the way into Vision Jet. On paper, the Vision Jet is a simple description. A single-engine personal jet seating up to 7, cruising around 300 knots with a range suited for regional missions. But that description misses the point. Their aircraft isn't interesting because it's a jet. It's interesting because of where Cirrus chose to spend engineering complexity. Traditional aircraft distribute complexity mechanically. Multiple engines, redundant systems, layers of hardware fallback. The Vision Jet simplifies mechanically and compensates with system intelligence. One engine, fewer moving parts, lower maintenance footprint. That decision forces everything else to become smarter. You can rely on brute force redundancy, so you rely on prediction, monitoring, and manage automation. This is not a shortcut, it's a trade. If you enjoy this kind of commentary, aviation looked at through systems lens, through engineering, psychology, and technology, you can explore more of these perspectives inside my long-form series, The Conversation Narratives, on the Conversation Podcast, where I go deeper, breaking down companies, industries, and environments where design decisions quietly shape human behavior.